On this momentous occasion, our hearts are filled with gratitude and we request Pujya Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Ji to address the gathering. It's a matter of great honor and happiness to listen to Gurudev Ji's words of wisdom and to receive his blessings.
ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। राजस्थान रंग की भूमि है। रंग कई तरह के रंग है। रंग मंच बोलते हैं ना, माने रंग वही है जहां पर आत्मा नर्तन करता है। तो आपने हमको रंगा दिया, आप रंगे हुए हैं, रंगा देते हैं। हम पिए हुए हैं, सबको पिला देते हैं। देखिए, भारतीय नॉलेज सिस्टम जो है, ये सभी नॉलेज सिस्टम के मूल में है। इसकी विशेषता क्या है? What is the speciality of Indian knowledge system? Let's understand this. Indian knowledge system says first experience and then you can believe. Then belief follows it. We emphasize more on knowing than just believing. And science also has the same pedagogy. Science says proof, experience, and then you believe. Everything has a belief component. When you do a research on a particular medicine, when it gives 80% result, then you start believing in the medicine. Our research work depends on statistics. Correct? Do you all agree with me? All the research is on statistics. Statistics is what? First experience, and if the statistical levels are high, then you start believing it. Now, Western philosophy says first you believe, someday in the future you will get an experience. They put the horse before the cart before the horse. That is the reason Spanish Inquisition happened, where scientists were burnt alive, they were punished and they were hanged. You know all the story, you know about Spanish Inquisition. Science and Occidental philosophy never went together because their paradigms are different, their pedagogy is different. Why did Indian system survive the scientific scrutiny? Because Indian system and science, they have the same pedagogy, same paradigm. In the Upanishads we say first you experience, then belief will automatically happen. A simple example, a student comes to, you know about the Panchakosha in Indian system of knowledge. A student goes to the teacher and says, tell me what is the biggest, what is Brahman? He says, food is a Brahman. And the person understands, yes, food is the basis of living. But then after experiencing it, he has a question, but this is not just that. There is something more. We have to go further. He goes and asks the Guru again, what is Brahman again? I have understood food is Brahman, but what is the next step? Then he said, prana is the Brahman. Then he experiences prana and then goes back and says, you know, prana can be stopped, can be manipulated, but there's something more than prana. What is that? He says mind. Then like that you go till he goes to Anandamaya Kosh. The question remains. Once you understand bliss is everything, questions dissolve, so he doesn't come back. The ultimate truth is the whole consciousness is all blissful. So, in this, the student never came to the master and said, "You told me Annam is Brahman, but it is not so. You have said a lie." No. They say, "You keep your foot in this step," and then you say, "Take that step and put it on another step." When you have to climb a step, you have to put your foot on one step, and then you have to leave that step. But if someone argues, if I have to leave the step, why should I put my foot in the step at the first place? It becomes unintelligible. So, this pedagogy of Indian philosophy, experience first, and then you can postulate it. And this is same as science. That is the reason Indian knowledge system was never in conflict with science. Here, what we say, if you want to do spirituality or you want to go into higher knowledge, what do they say? First, know the first tattva. What is it? Prithvi. Of the 36 principles, the first principle is earth. You know about earth element. हमारे 36 तत्व है, उनमें से सबसे पहले तत्व हमको सीखने वाला क्या है? पृथ्वी के बारे में जानो। जो 6 दर्शन है उसमें 3 दर्शन तो भगवान के बारे में बात ही नहीं करता होता, वो सिर्फ ये कहता न्याय, न्याय दर्शन, वैशेषिक और सांख्य, तीनों दर्शन ये नास्तिक दर्शन नहीं है. दे आर नॉट एथिस्ट दर्शन, इट इज प्योरली मटेरियल साइंस. न्याय दर्शन क्या है? हाउ डू यू नो what you know is correct or not? Is your logic correct or it is flawed? So whole system of 24 tattvas of Nyaya Darshan, see whether you see the sun rising and setting, but it is neither rising nor setting. So what you know by your 5 senses is flawed. So there is one more level of knowledge, that is knowing through your intellect. हम कहते हैं इंद्रिय जन्य ज्ञान से श्रेष्ठ है बुद्धिजन्य ज्ञान. बुद्धिजन्य ज्ञान से भी परे है, तो कि हमारा बुद्धि जो हम जानते हैं उसी पर डिपेंडेंट है. योर लॉजिक डिपेंड्स ऑन योर नॉलेज. हियर यू मस्ट एक्नॉलेज योर नॉलेज इज लिमिटेड. You don't have, nobody has unlimited knowledge. So your logic could be flawed and logic is limited. So you can't know everything through logic. So you have to go beyond the buddhigat gyan. That is chetanagat gyan. That is knowledge from the consciousness. This is the intuitive ability. Your intellect says something, but your intuition says something else. When you follow your intuition, you are proved to be correct. How many of you had this experience? Raise your hand. All logic are defied when it comes to intuition. So this is what we call as gut feeling. A gut feeling depends on many things in our body. It depends on several our gut health. If your gut health is good, your gut, it impacts the microbes in the brain, and that impacts the thought process in the brain. So modern science, fortunately, is talking the same language as ancient philosophy. So we are coming to a cycle now. If you have known, in 2022, the 3 scientists who got the Nobel Prize in physics, they all said what you see is not real. Does this statement sounds very similar? Vedanta says, Adi Shankara says, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Whatever you say, it's not real. This is what they have said. There is a grantha, there is a scripture called Spandakarika. I don't know how many of you have heard about this. How many of you have not heard about this? Spanda means vibration. The science of vibration, Spandakarika. If you just look into even few principles in Spandakarika, you will be awestruck. This talks about quantum mechanics. The wave nature of particle is what the theory of relativity. This is what here says, everything is waves. Spanda means waves. In the waves, there are two types of spanda. One is Samanya spanda, another is Vishesha spanda. When I was in Kashmir, I was talking about this now. Just I'm coming here from Kashmir. I told the people in Kashmir, you have to own this beautiful knowledge which comes from this land. Because people don't know about that. Unfortunately, we have stopped owning our own knowledge system. I'm so glad now with this new education policy, there is a place, due place has come finally for Indian system of knowledge. So when I speak about Spandakarika, scientists in the CERN and in America, their jaws are, their jaws are dropping. They say, wow, was it known? Was it known to people in the past? I said, yes. So now, just Mr. Padiji, NP Padiji is a Vishesha Spanda. And what is around him is Samanya Spanda. Is general vibration, and the general vibration takes a shape, a name, and a form as ND Professor Pardi. So this is a Vishesha Spanda. So सामान्य स्पंद से विशेष स्पंद आता है, विशेष स्पंद टिकता नहीं, फिर सामान्य स्पंद में चला जाता है. So in this sense, when science says matter and energy are interconvertible and they cannot be destroyed at any cost, they cannot be destroyed. Does it sound very familiar? Any physicists here? Any physics professors here? Huh? Look, energy, the theory of relativity. Theory of relativity comes here. That सामान्य स्पंद और विशेष स्पंद, स्पंद का कोई नाश नहीं है. There is no death for the energy. Energy remains in its field form or in an object form, particle form or wave form. These are the knowledge that we have. Do you know the names of the month that we have in English? It is all in Sanskrit. How many of you don't know? Raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Raise your hand. Higher, let me see. What is this month? November. What does Ambar means in Sanskrit? Akash. November means what? Ninth sky. Nav mane ninth, Navadurga. Ninth sky. Dashambar means how much? What is it? 10th sky. September mane kya? 7th sky. October. Ashtambar means kya? 8th sky. So this is the 9th month. December is the 10th month. January is the 11th month. February, Falgun. Falgun is what? The last month, right? Falgun became February. Fag end bolte na. Fag end in Angrezi, in English we say fag end means what? The last. The last. February was the last month, 12th month. March was the first month till 500 years ago around the world. March kab bolte hain? Nobody say March in the beginning. When something ended, say March means move on to the new. अब हमारा गुड़ी पड़वा कब होता है? नया साल कब होता है? मार्च में होता है. भारत में, अफगानिस्तान में, इराक में, ईरान में, कजाकिस्तान में इस सब जगह नया साल कब शुरू होता पता है? मार्च में। 500 साल पहले जॉर्ज 2 या 3 इंग्लैंड के राजा, he wanted to have the new year begin in January because he was born in January. So he imposed New Year should not be in March, it should be in January. But people did not listen. They continued to celebrate in last week of March and first week of April. That is why he declared April Fool's Day. When people started celebrating in April, just to humiliate them, he said Fool's Day, so that they should stop celebrating. Spring is the time when new things come up. No, you don't celebrate New Year when there is winter. And पतझड़ होने पर नया साल कौन मनाता है? नए पत्ते आते तो नया साल मनाते हैं। कितने लोगों को ये बात पता नहीं था? हाथ उठाए थे तो देखते हैं कितने लोगों को पता था? आपको कैसे पता था? हमको सुना है पहले। गूगल में सर्च करके। मैंने बताया ये बात या तो ये जो बात है, गूगल में है क्या ये बात? नहीं, मेरा स्पीच। तो ये जो बात है, हमने किसी को पता ही नहीं। मैं दुनिया भर में पूछता हूँ, डू यू नो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ सितंबर? दे से नो। डू यू नो इंग्लिश is close to Sanskrit than Hindi? How many of you are surprised by this? English is more close to Sanskrit than Hindi. In English, what we say sister, what is in Sanskrit? Swasa. और हिंदी में क्या है? बहन। स्वसा के लिए बहन पास है या सिस्टर पास है? डॉटर, दुहिता। संस्कृत में डॉटर को कहते दुहिता। दुहिता के लिए डॉटर पास है कि बेटी पास है? सन, सुता। सुता के लिए सन है। बेटा पास है कि सन पास? सुता। आप ऐसे देखिए 80% ऑफ इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज इज ऑल संस्कृत। हृदय, हार्ट। हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? दिल। दिल पास है कि हार्ट पास है हृदय के लिए? बताओ। गो, गमा। संस्कृत में कहते हैं गमा। इन इंग्लिश गो। हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? जाओ। जाओ पास है कि गो पास है गमा के लिए? गो, गमा। आपको ओडिया में तो बहुत सारा संस्कृत है। केमिति अच्छंती। आज भी मलयालम में, ओडिया भाषा में संस्कृत अधिक है आज भी। मगर हिंदी में संस्कृत कम है और हमने अब और कम कर दिया, और कम कर दिया उसमें। मगर अंग्रेजी भाषा जिसको हम कहते हैं, वो संस्कृत के बहुत नजदीक है भाई। षष्ठ बोल नहीं पा रहे, षष्ठ तो शास्त्र बोले अगस्त हो गया। षष्ठ, षष्ठ माने क्या? 6। तो जुलाई, जून जुलाई सिर्फ वहां के एक राजा के नाम से रख दिया लोगों ने। इनके बेटे जिनका जन्मदिन जनवरी में था, अपने बेटे के नाम से 2 महीने उसने कर दिया। तो बाकी तो आप देखेंगे मार्च है, अप्रैल है, उसके बाद मई तो तीसरा महीने है, फिर जून जुलाई अगस्त, षष्ठ को अगस्त हो गया, बन गया। अब आप बंगाल जाओगे, ओडिया जाओ, उड़ीसा जाओगे, वो थोड़ा भाषा बदल जाती है वहाँ पर। कृष्ण को किशन बोलते हैं, है ना? तो भाषा का वो तो हमारे हर प्रांत में बदलता रहता है। पर मुख्य बात यह है कि जीरो जो है वो भारत ने दिया दुनिया को। हमने कभी क्लेम किया क्या? नहीं क्लेम किया। क्या हमारे लोगों को पता ही नहीं है? जीरो के बिगैर कोई साइंस आगे चल सकता है क्या? हाँ? इम्पॉसिबल। So similarly, you can go into every discipline. There is an astonishing facts that come to you, and this is what one need to be proud of. It's not just only not being just proud. Okay, everything in the past was only great and great, but what did they do in the past? They had asked you to have an open mind. ऋग्वेद के दूसरे मंत्र में आते हैं, अग्नि पूर्वे भी ऋषि भी नूत नहीं रुते सदेवांग एक अवक्षति। रिलीजियस लोग क्या सोचते हैं? पास्ट ही सब अच्छा था, ग्लोरीफाई द पास्ट। और बोले फ्यूचर और डूम्सडे आने वाला है, सब डूब जाएगा, प्रलय हो जाएगा, कलयुग आ गया जी, अब सब खत्म हो गया। प्रेजेंट और फ्यूचर को गाली देते, सिर्फ पास्ट को ग्लोरीफाई करते रहते, इससे कोई काम नहीं होगा। होगा भाई, आप 5000 साल पहले आप बहुत बड़े संस्कृत आपकी हो सकती है, आज आप कहाँ हो? आप उस संस्कृति का थोड़ा सा हिस्सा भी अपना लेके चल रहे हो क्या? ये पूछना आवश्यक। और कम्युनिस्ट क्या है? उनका बिल्कुल भी अपोजिट रुख है। वो कहते फ्यूचर ही सब अच्छा, पास्ट सब रबिश है। ऐसे करते करते क्या किया उन लोगों ने? उत्पात किया, लाखों करोड़ों लोगों को मरवा दिया। लोगों को जड़ से उखाड़ दिया। मैं रशिया में कई बार जा चुका हूँ, वहाँ हमारा पूरा सेंटर है। 11 टाइम जोन में रशिया है। एक बार हम भारत से एक कम्युनिस्ट लीडर को ले गए थे, ताकि यहाँ लेनिन, मार्क्स, इन सब का फोटो वोटो लगा। केरला में बहुत वो करते, इनको ले गए हम साथ में। वहाँ के कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी चीफ से मिला, वो मिलने आए थे हमको। मैंने कहा मेरा मकसद यही था, ये थोड़ा दिमाग खुल जाए अपने लोग। और ये जाके वहाँ लेनिन के बारे में बड़ा वो करने लगे कुछ, तो उन्होंने उनको बीच में ही रोक दिया। देखिए आप चुप रहिए, मेरा हमको पता है लेनिन ने क्या किया, हमें आपके देश के बारे में बताओ। We are more interested in what India has to offer. We are not interested in what Lenin did and he did not do. How great he was. We are not bothered about it. We know. अब ये वैसे दंग रह गए, हमारे बच्चों को यहाँ ब्रेन वॉश कर देते हैं। इंडिया वॉज ऑल sort of backward country. They were all in the stone age. They had no civilization. It was not together. This type of narrative some people create. Now it's much better. JNU से जो हुआ पैदा हुआ ये philosophy इस तरह का, it has taken a big toll on the culture of this country. Do you agree with me? Why? Because sheer ignorance. I'm not saying glorify everything in the past. We had done a lot of blunders also. There was a lot of superstition. उसकी कोई कमी नहीं है। हमारे देश में भी वायलेंस काफी चली कई जगह, मगर उसके साथ जो महत्वपूर्ण बात है उसको हम फेंकते हैं। ये गलत किया। We have thrown away the precious knowledge, precious system of Indian knowledge system. We have discredited them. That is where we need to regain our, you know, heritage. The good thing in us, we have to regain it. When I was invited to speak at the CERN, in Switzerland. You know about the CERN Institute. I told the professor Dur, he's one of the top scientists. He was um, Harbinger. He was with the nuclear scientist from the very beginning. He's a very wonderful gentleman. He says, people tell me I am speaking of Buddhism, I am speaking of Eastern philosophy when I talk about nuclear science. So I told him, in India we knew about space. He said, I didn't know. I thought ancient people knew only four elements: earth, water, fire, and air. That's all. They never had any idea about space. I said, no, we always said Panchabhuta. We call the world as Prapancha. Prapancha means the combination of five elements. Air, space element was known to us. Not only it was known to us, space, we have three type of space in the space: Bhutakasha, Chittakasha, and Chidakasha. I mean, they were completely blown away that we even can differentiate in the space. Three levels of space. One is the physical space, another is the space where knowledge and information floats. You send a SMS from your phone, in the space it travels and exactly lands up in the same number which you have intended for it to go. Isn't this a miracle? How does it happen? It happens through a field that is called Chittakasha, where thoughts and emotions get transmitted. And there is one more space beyond this, Chidakasha, that is pure consciousness. So these are some of the important things that we need to bring into our education system. I am glad that मालवीय प्रौद्योगिक संस्थान में, टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंस्टीट्यूट में ये सब बातें आ रही है. आपने शुरू किया है, इससे लोगों को बेनिफिट हो. बैलेंस्ड व्यू में चले हम लोग. कई बार हमारे आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर्स क्या करते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा क्लेम कर लेते हैं, मोर देन दे कैन डिलीवर. ये नहीं करना चाहिए. एक साइंटिस्ट विल नेवर ओवर क्लेम ऑन एनीथिंग. ऐसे एलोपैथी डॉक्टर भी करते हैं, प्रिजुडिस रखते हैं. जिस माइंड में प्रिजुडिस होता है वो साइंटिफिक नहीं हो सकता, ना आध्यात्मिक हो सकता है. यही विज्ञानमय कोश है. एन इंटेलेक्ट फ्री फ्रॉम प्रिजुडिस ऑफ एनी काइंड, रेडी टू introspect and see the truth as it is. So this needs courage, this needs conviction, and this needs much needed education in this line. And I'm glad you have started this. I wish you all the best with these few words. Aap sabko khamma ganeem.